for another drive time. Except I'm not driving. That's that's all good. I've been promising this video for about a week. Now it's time I go ahead and get into it and close out this month. I'm not going to rush. I'm going to go slow. So please pay attention to what I'm saying. When Trump wins in November, come January, within 90 days, some things are going to take place. And Trump won't even need the help of the RINOs. But I'm going to get to that part at the end. Hey, what's happening, Miss Cooksey? I guess that's what you say, man. Appreciate that. So, as always, if you get something out of this video, hit the brother up with a cup of coffee. Don't ask for much, I'm cheap. But it's motivation because I know people are getting it and they understand what's happening. If you want to know how, look in the description and you can find out. And do as your heart desires. Now, let's get to this. The first thing that's going to happen when Trump gets in, remember when they say Trump wanted to be a dictator and destroy democracy, etc., etc. What's going to happen is Trump, by means of executive order, with the backing of existing laws that are already in place, Trump is going to drill, baby, drill. When Trump starts drilling, that means what you pay at the pump is going to go down. You understand what I'm saying? Because our supply will be coming from here in the U.S. That's what you call energy independence. And that is what progressives don't want. Progressives want you to suffer. You know, Kamala Heels Up was talking about, she was against fracking. She was talking about making the cost of energy higher for us here in America. I don't know why people don't understand that. And I just put a post on my Facebook page. Go and check it out. It's about Kamala Harris and her platform being out. Just scan the page. Anyway, Trump is going to drill, baby, drill. The price of fuel is going to go down. When the price of fuel goes down, guess what? You're going to pay less for eggs. You're going to pay less for anything that has to be delivered to the market, because those that are delivering it are going to be paying less for the fuel. Now, I can go and get all into, supply and demand and all of that, but I'd be wasting your time. I don't need to. Just trust me. When we are energy independent, our costs are lower. Eggs don't cost as much. Gas don't cost as much. All right, what's the next thing Trump said that he would do as a dictator? Oh, he would secure the border. Look, there will be no peace at the DNC in Chicago. Negroes have been pissed off about all of the illegals that have been put up there, been put in before them, even being put before our veterans. But Trump is going to secure the border, and he is going to deport all of the illegals that have been brought into this country for the purpose of being Democrat voters. Now, see, I have to use a scalpel to dissect this part for you. If they really wanted to fix immigration, they would have done it a long time ago. Trump tried to fix it using existing laws and executive orders, but neither party, the Uniparty, wanted immigration fixed. They like it that way. They like being able to go to Home Depot and pick up 10 or 12 illegals to go and do the job for a lot less money than what they would have to do if they went by regular means. And again, I'm digressing and going into stuff that you ought to know, but most people don't know. So, Trump is going to secure the border and make us safer in this country and our schools won't be being shut down while they house illegals there and force our kids to stay home. Ask anybody in Chicago, ask the people in New York. They've been complaining, they've been moaning, they've been groaning, they've been bitching for a long time. What is the next thing that's going to happen? Now, I remind you, none of this requires the help of RINOs who are going to say, like Lindsey Graham, et cetera, oh, yeah, man, I'm off. But they ain't with that. All right, so we get to the third thing that Trump is going to do. Trump is going to stop the war in Ukraine. I want you to go and look up the Monroe Doctrine. Essentially, the Monroe Doctrine says a country has the right to do whatever is necessary to protect its sovereignty, its borders. That's essentially what it is. We exercised the Monroe Doctrine during the Cuban Missile Crisis when Russia was bringing missiles down to Cuba. That's what we were operating under. Hey man, we are not going to allow this to happen. Now, fast forward, starting with the Obama administration, what did they want to do? They wanted to encroach upon Russia's border by adding Ukraine to NATO. And Russia said, look, man, I'm good with what y'all doing over there, if that's what you want to do. But you will not put bases in Ukraine at our borders. Monroe Doctrine. We are going to protect our sovereignty. But this was something that the deep state, utilizing Obama for, that got us into this mess. And after Trump got out of office, boom, Joe Biden picked right up where Obama had left off. That's what that's about. So that war will end and Putin will go back to doing what Putin was doing, focusing on his country and making sure that the sodomite left the children alone in this country. You know, Putin said, I don't care what you do, but leave the children alone. And that's what they're all about over here in America. And I'm digressing again. Y'all forgive me for that, but I'm just simply laying it out. All right, where are we going with that? 1948 Israel. Now, let me say this, and I'm going to offend a few people. I'm not one of those mind numb or numb mind, however you want to put it. I'm not one of those dumbasses that run around saying, I support Israel. Because they don't understand what it is that they're saying. I support any country's right to exist. I support that. Israel has a right to defend itself. But I understand how Israel got started. European imperialism. You got to go back. You got to look up things like the Balfour Declaration. You got to look up when Israel was first, the people coming out of Europe were first offered Uganda, but they turned that down. At any rate, I'm not going to go too far into that because I have talked about all of this. Bottom line is Trump is going to end that war. He is going to tell Israel, 1948 Israel, and I say that because 1948 Israel has nothing to do with the Israel of the Bible. I know many of you ain't going to get it. It ain't my cross to bear. If you do your research, you will. But Trump is going to tell 1948 Israel, Netanyahu, this war will end. You will stop killing those people in Palestine, and we will help you deal with the people that are killing Israelis because they are being supported by Iran. Oh, guess where Iran got the money to give Hamas all of the bombs that they needed? The U.S., Joe Biden, Obama. The deal that made, loosen up all of those funds, and they were able to go hog wild and give Hamas what they needed. But Trump knows how to deal with that kind of nonsense. He will also tell 1948 Israel, not only are you going to end this war, you are going to agree to a two-state solution. Man, everybody is tired of y'all killing each other like 90 going north. That's where that's coming from. So, we got drill, baby, drill, secure the border, ending the corrupt war of Ukraine, and ending the war in 1948 Israel, between 1948 Israel and Palestine. And guess what? He won't need a single rhino to help him. And understand something about rhinos. They want war. They love war. They need war. That is how they personally enrich themselves. Now I heard Tulsi Gabbard. Now I like how she ripped. I mean, she went in hard on Heels Up Harris. But she is a warmonger herself. And then I heard her say, I am a woman of color. Man, God. Sorry, I almost said a bad word that I don't like to say. You ain't no woman of color. You just as white as Kamala Harris. I don't know. Oh, you know what? It's a badge of honor now for white people to say, I am a woman of color, because they got, oh, you know what they're operating off of? The one drop blood rule. Man, I remember when that was a bad thing. Now it's a badge of honor for these people. Why? Because they want the Negro vote. When Negroes think that they identify with somebody that's claiming or pretending to be black, that's what they go with. Hell, Obama is half white, but nobody understands that. So, my last point that I'm going to make, and I'm going to close. Understand this. We have 4 classes of voters in this country. Class 1 are those that are disengaged and they are selfish pricks because they do not participate. Then we have liberal Democrats. They are simply dumb AF. Nothing else I can do with that. They want to murder babies. They want to put the sodomitism BS in the schools. They want your children, and they want them now. So all of that stuff, that's what they want to do. And Obama opened up the floodgates on that. Then we've got the RINO supporters. I mean, man, I remember when I went to one of our district meetings and I saw the people standing up to applaud Kemp. Kemp. Extraordinaire when it comes to rhinoism, all right? That's that group. They are blind AF because they continue to support rhinos thinking that they are working for them, and they are not. They ain't doing a damn thing for them. Then you've got the 4th group, conservatives. They make up about 10 to 15% of the voting population in America. Now, what makes them different? They understand our monetary system. They know that when a politician says, I'm going to D.C. and I'm going to balance our budget, they know he don't know a damn thing about our monetary system. We have a fiat monetary system that is dependent upon continuously printing more money to pay off the debt that we put in every year with our continuing resolutions. I digress. They understand the military-industrial complex, the prison-industrial complex. They understand the big pharma, the hold that all of these lobbyist groups have on our politicians. They are owned, bought, and paid for. Conservatives understand these things. They understand how policies destroy the country. They understand how policies ruin lives. They delve deep into this stuff. Sadly, that's only 10 to 15% of the population. What do we have to do? Being in that 10 to 15%, we have to continue to fight to educate the ignorant fools, because some we can wake up, some we can't wake up. There are many people with mental illness. If you think that it's okay to be teaching our children about their sexuality, allowing them to have sex changes, etc., man, you got a mental illness. Something is wrong with you. But many have embraced it, have allowed it, and set back. The sad part is Christians, over time, has allowed this to happen. Now, all of this is going to come to an end in time because Jesus Christ predicted it. But that don't mean that it has to be tomorrow, which is why I have hope. Because we got a Trump, and Trump is going to beat Heels Up Harris in 2024. I think I have said enough. If you didn't get it, it ain't my cross to bear. But I told you, Trump is going to do Those four things right off the bat, and every rhino that can ride his back on it is going to ride his back on it. But they're going to do what they did the last time. The deep state is going to go to them and they're going to say, you can't run, you got to quit. We got to give this seat to a Democrat. Why? Because again, they want to limit Trump to executive orders. Why? So that when Trump gets out, they can undo whatever he did, just like the last time. It is on us to get rid of rhinos. We have to put them to bed so that Trump will have some help and can actually pass legislation that will be lasting. That's on us. And I hope Trump hears this message or somebody shares it with them. That's where it's at. If we don't stop rhinos, Trump gonna go and get those four things done, and when it comes to legislation, he will be stopped in his tracks. Remember Trey Gowdy, 45 plus rhinos quit after Trump won. Why? To give up the House and to give up the Senate. That's what this is going to be about. So, at some point, we gotta stop being dumbasses. I'm not one of them. But we have to stop being dumbasses and stop supporting rhinos. Fox don't talk about rhinos. Hannity don't talk about rhinos. Bill O'Reilly don't talk about rhinos. But who did? Oh, Candace Owens didn't talk about rhinos. They wouldn't allow them to. But who talked about them? Tucker Carlson, and he got fired. I've got the videos of Tucker Carlson calling out rhinos and the things that they did. Like Doug Collins. And Mike, his last name escapes me. But those guys allowed Twitter, and with the legislation that they supported and promoted and protected, they allowed Twitter and Facebook to censor us. That's where all of that came from. So get it together, people. Do what you need to do. Help Trump this time around. He will win in November. But after that, he needs our help to get rid of the rhinos. T-Mot out. Drive time till next time. And I'm looking for some damn coffee. Peace.